Hello everyone, welcome back to another cucumber experiment update. Um, but these are just periodic updates that I'm giving you throughout the process. But at the end of the experiment, I'm actually going to put this, all of these like images. So I take photos every day, so I'll just put them, in one video just to show you how they look on a basically like a day-to-day basis in one video, right? So, look at my babies. The leaves are looking much broader today. The water is on, right? Um, and they are looking well. And this is basically the water that measures roughly about 8 to 10 ppm or 8 to 12, somewhere there about. But it's the water that, as I said, uh, islanders drink and used to cook with and so on. So it is very low on total dissolved solid compared to this is the farmer's water, and it is running roughly about 280 to 350. It fluctuates sometimes, but that is the range, right? So as you can see, it is basically much higher in salt content, and the water that the farmer uses is basically reverse osmosis water. So it's RO water that he makes from seawater, right? So this is what the plants are looking like now. As you can see, there's not much difference in terms of how they look at this stage, right? Look at that one and look at the leaves on this one, right? So the leaves, they are looking fairly similar, right? They are looking fairly similar. So yeah, this is just an update. I'm not seeing any abnormalities. I'm not seeing any insects because I'm looking out for that as well. I'm not seeing any disease issues or anything like that. So it's going well. It's going well so far. So I basically had to adjust the pH this morning. So the pH was basically a bit on the low side. So I used some potassium bicarbonate to increase the pH. And of course, potassium bicarbonate is basically adding, because I use that just a bit, adding a few ppms of potassium to the water as well, which makes it beneficial to the plants. So guys, that is the update. That is the update for the experiment. I am actually very happy at this moment how the plants are looking. Hello, welcome back. This is July 15, and these plants were planted July 6, so this makes it 9 days since these plants have been in the experiment, right? As you know, this is the container with the water that is roughly about 8 to 10 ppm of total dissolved solids, and this one is the farmer's water, running roughly about 280 to about 300 ppm of total dissolved solids, right, which is the source water. So as you can see, just giving up, they look very vibrant, they look very healthy, right? You see some little white spots, gravelly looking stuff. This is basically marl dust basically blowing on the leaves, right? But they are looking green, pretty. What I do is I always come and I lift the leaves to look to see if I'm seeing any insects. I'm seeing a few white flies flying, so I'm going to have to spray these today, right? Yeah, I'm going to spray them today, and this is basically the one that is the water that is roughly about 8 to 10 ppm of total dissolved solids. As you can see, they are not very far apart in terms of how they look. They look nutrition wise, they look the same. In terms of how vigorous they look, I must say that these plants here, they look vigorous than those over there, but the stems, they look much thicker, right? And the leaves look a little bit broader, just a tad, just a little bit broader, right? But they are coming up good. So one thing that I had realized maybe about a few days ago was that the container wasn't level. This one wasn't level. So you find that the plant roots, the water wasn't coming up far enough to give the plant roots enough water, right? And then now at that point the roots wouldn't have gone down far enough into the gravel to really extract the water. What that means that the basin is basically burst, right? So that is why we have to put this plastic there to catch it from leaking out. And as you can see, we have maybe half tank of water because a lot of it leaked out, but that is enough to water these plants. So that was one of the inconsistencies with this, but it wasn't a problem with this one. So that is one of the reasons that I'm thinking that these plants are basically, not looking so, like the stem, the vines are not looking as fat as these, right? But nevertheless they are coming around. So this is just a 9-day update for you. Yeah, and everything is working fine, they're looking good and so on. So the real observation, or what we really want to see, it is coming up. The generative stage is coming up, right? They're still in the vegetative stage, right? They're still in the vegetative stage, but it is coming. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get an insecticide to spray on them to get rid of any of the white flies. So I might use neem oil, right? Neem oil will have a good residual effect on the plants and on the insects as well. It will last a little longer on the plants, so I wouldn't have to be spraying too many times. So yeah, this is just an update. Please remember to subscribe, like the video. This is very important information for you, and I'll see you again. Bye bye.